Welcome to this update. Let's see the severe weather. So there's still a slight risk today from parts of northern Kansas to southern Minnesota, and from South Dakota, North Dakota, parts of eastern Montana, southern Manitoba and Saskatchewan, and this marginal risk from far west Texas to Wisconsin, and this marginal risk there from western Nebraska through Wyoming, parts of Montana, the Dakotas, and southern Canada. So let's see. Tornado threat 5% in both areas, both in North Dakota and Montana, and from northern Kansas to Iowa, and 2% there from South Dakota to Manitoba and Saskatchewan, and 2% from parts of Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, all the way to Minnesota. So wind threat 5% in the marginals, 15% in the slight, and that's significant severe there from South Dakota to Montana and North Dakota. And hail also significant severe there from Montana, North Dakota, and extreme southern Manitoba and Saskatchewan, and 5% there in the marginals, and 15% yes. So let's see. Scattered severe thunderstorms with damaging winds and large hail are possible from the mid-Missouri Valley, also from eastern Montana to the west central Dakotas. A few tornadoes could occur in the eastern Nebraska and western Iowa with isolated significant severe hail and wind possible across parts of the northern plains. So for day 2, they have... Wait, because this internet here is so slow. Here they have another slight risk for Sunday, day 2, from parts of eastern Wyoming to Wisconsin, and this marginal risk all the way from northern Mexico to southern Ontario. So big area. Let's see. Tornado threat less than 2%, wind 5% in most of the areas, and hail is what drives the slight risk there, and 5% in those areas except in the south. So let's see. Scattered strong to severe thunderstorms expected on Sunday evening and overnight from parts of the northern plains into the upper Mississippi Valley, with hail as the primary risk. Okay. So day 3 is also a slight for parts of Minnesota, the Dakotas, and northern Nebraska, and is marginal there from parts of Nebraska to Ontario and Manitoba. So let's see. Probabilistic just 15%. Scattered strong to severe thunderstorms will be possible on Monday, mainly from the Dakotas into Minnesota. Yes, so be aware there on Monday. Let's see here for Tuesday. For Tuesday, they have that 15% there in parts of extreme northwestern Wisconsin, Minnesota there especially, and parts of southern Ontario. So we might have some severe weather there on Tuesday too. So be aware, please. And let's see. So the fire threat here is elevated today in parts of from California to Utah, parts of Oregon and Washington, and parts of Idaho. So the day 2 is critical from California, Arizona, New Mexico, parts of Nevada too, and Utah, in the elevated, in the critical area in Arizona and southern Utah. There's that elevated area too in Nevada. So let's see. Day 3 through 8 here. Wait, let's see. We have those 2 areas there, mainly from New Mexico to Nevada. So let's see. Soon we'll check Montana there, but let's see the east here first. This other one here, because that one is still loading. So let's see. We'll get those storms in Minnesota, some rain and storms there, and Wisconsin too. Then the storms start firing South Dakota and Nebraska there, mainly eastern Nebraska and those other areas, maybe in Kansas too, and more storms in Iowa, especially overnight there in Iowa, and going into those other areas. But be aware of these storms. That first fire there may be strong, might be strong. So let's see. Some storms firing through in parts of the high plains in Montana and North Dakota there, and show some very strong storms coming from Montana into North Dakota and Saskatchewan there. So some stronger storms there too. To the south, nothing big, just some showers and storms and stuff. But let's see. Those other storms continue and goes into Canada, the low pressure, and shows some really potent storms into parts of Manitoba and Saskatchewan especially. Yeah, both of them. And then they continue there and the run doesn't go further. But be aware, by Sunday there's, I think this is Sunday morning 5Z. Yeah, be aware there in southern Saskatchewan and Manitoba, those strong storms, and in Montana when they go into North Dakota there. So let's see better Montana here. So we have that system, the northwest there, bringing some snow into southern Canada and some snow into Washington, Montana, and Idaho too. And then we'll get some showers there and storms firing parts of Montana, especially in eastern Montana later. Then that blob forms. More showers there and storms in Canada and more stuff. So be aware. For now, they still don't have any severe thunderstorm watches or anything for Canada, but for sure they will add here for these areas because of those storms coming. So now they just have wait. Sorry. Let's see. Some warnings there for rainfall and some advisories here for snow expected, for special weather statements like heavy rain too. And here in Saskatchewan we have that other area there for heavy rain expected on Sunday. And we have these special weather statements in Quebec for a warm air mass in the province of Quebec. Yeah, so it's about the heat wave there. They will affect the US too, so it will affect parts of Quebec as well. So be aware of the heat wave coming there. So let's see. For the US, there are some frost advisories even from Montana and where's that? That's northern Idaho and Washington, and some winter storm watches for parts of western Montana there. Some high wind warnings, northern Montana too and Idaho. Wind advisories in many areas. Excessive heat warnings, parts of Arizona and California. Some heat advisories. Some high wind warnings in California. Some excessive heat watches in parts of there. The semi-northeast and those areas. Some excessive heat watches there too, some air quality advisories. So these warnings change all the time, but be aware. Let's see. Here we have the map for today, tomorrow and after tomorrow. Quantitative precipitation. Let's show you for all the days. Day 1, they choose like this. Day 3, more in the Gulf there. That's becoming concerning. Day 4, more for the Gulf. Day 5, more for Mexico and Texas and other areas there. Day 6, some more there. Day 7, some more there. So days 1 through 7, very high totals in parts of of Minnesota and those areas of the Midwest because of all the systems, for Canada too, and very high totals for parts of the Gulf there. So be aware of this heavy rain coming for the Gulf too. So let's see. Day 1, there's a margin of parts of Washington, Florida, from Texas into Canada, and this light from Kansas into Wisconsin. Day 2, a slight there in the Gulf already, and slight in the Midwest. Day 3, 2 slights too, and 3 marginals. Day 4, a slight there, from Kansas to the Midwest, and another slight in the Gulf. Day 5, a slight in Texas and Louisiana, and 2 marginals. So be aware of this rain coming too. So let's see if this works here, because I tried yesterday and it wasn't. Let's see. I don't know why it's not working, but let's see here the the temperatures really fast. So let's put this in Fahrenheit here. Here, so still 100s in the southwest. In these next few days, more 100s there. In Texas, very high into the 90s. More 100s in Texas too these next few days. 90s there. Let's see. 90s all the way to Nebraska there. Even 95 there. Some 90s all the way to Wisconsin by Monday. And there too, let's see. By Tuesday, lots of, even to 100 in parts of Massachusetts. That's crazy. Let's see. For Wednesday, 90s all the way into New Brunswick. Very high parts of the south too. So please be aware. And the heat risk for those areas must be into the major or extreme, depending on where you're at. But be aware too for the temperatures. In the tropical update, we will make a more detailed tropical update tomorrow, explaining everything. But let's just see what they have today. Still 50% chance of development there in the Bay of Campeche. And let's see what the GFS has. So it has this moisture climbing into the Gulf there, affecting Texas and Louisiana a lot. And then it has the system spinning up there in the Bay of Campeche by June 23rd. Another system there, but it picks up this system here by next week in the Bay of Campeche, but it doesn't really form it. It only forms this one by June 23rd. And then it also forms this system here in the Atlantic and takes it into Florida and Georgia. But I don't believe that yet. So let's see. So take that as a grain of salt. The Euro has more moisture there in the Gulf, and it starts spinning up this system here, but then it kind of dissipates the moisture there and goes north. And then let's see. Yeah, still some heavy rain, lots of heavy rain in Central America. And watching this area too for some low pressures, because the Euro on samples were picking up low pressures near the Bahamas there. So we'll explain that tomorrow. So let's see. The Canadian here is picking up this system by June 19th into Mexico and Texas there, and picks up another system there later and takes it into Texas by June 23rd, and nothing else very big. So we'll make a more detailed tomorrow. Stay safe, everyone.